Good morning. David?
Can you start with if there's any COVID update and just what Pollard will or won't do today in practice?
No COVID updates today. Tony Pollard will participate in practice today.
Limited basis, just see how he feels? Or?
Yeah, probably. I'd probably say limited. It's reduced practice, just because of the number of reps and the GPS numbers. We had a lot of guys were really cranking coming out of this last game, so it's gonna be more of a walkthrough type practice.
Is that a normal thing that you do, like even checking from the GPS from the games, or is it just this time of the year?
Well, I just think like anything, whether it's stress, physical stress, it's additive over the course of the year. You just got to really be conscientious of it. We're in a winter schedule mode, so some of the meetings have been reduced. I mean, this is just all part of December thinking.
With the COVID deal going across this league, do you guys do anything to mitigate it yourselves, even if you're not to go beyond what is the minimum requirements from the league?
Well, I mean, frankly, we started. You could put us in a full protocol, process, before Thanksgiving, and it's still, we had some cases. So obviously, we're very mindful of it. Actually, the team meeting started today with Jim Maurer, so he gives us an update, and we just continue to emphasize the little things. And I think our workspace is about as good as you can get. We've moved the O&D line meetings out on the concourse, so just to spread those guys out. So we're trying to do all the little things here, and obviously with the family and friends testing opportunity that's available to all of us, we just keep emphasizing that to keep the home space as safe as we can.
One thing I think, and even you mentioned before you had it, you were scheduled to get the booster, and I think the league has come. What has been your message to the players about the booster shot, and any special things set up where they can get it easily?
Well, really, that's the beauty of Jim. Jim Maurer has been our point person, on this from day one. He's on all the league calls, so really any of the specific, the detailed information from the league, Jim addresses that with the team, and he did that this morning.
So that did involve the booster?
Correct, yeah, the opportunity for the booster shot and just the process of receiving it.
You can get that here, I guess? Or
You talking about you?
Well, no, if you're a player. No. I'm not a player.
Yeah, well.
Mike, the players, if I recall, kind of voluntarily turned the hotel into a bubble when you came back from training camp. Have they talked I understand you can't direct them to do that, but have they talked about doing anything like that for this last stretch?
Not as a group, there's been some individuals, but it's available. Like I said, we're so fortunate not only to have the facilities, but obviously, what Jerry provides for our players and really the whole staff. So, it's definitely an option.
Zeke, obviously, if it's a scaled back practice, maybe this question doesn't matter, but is Zeke on track to do everything with his knee? Or?
Yes, I thought Zeke came out of the game good. His communication has been, he's ready to go. So, I would, if we were having a full blown Wednesday practice, I would say he would be in a full capacity.
Outside of Tyron, is there anybody else who's not going to practice?
No, I don't think so.
We missed so much talk about the offense. Where are you guys at? What's the mindset right now? Is it a confident group, or did you feel?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're excited about this next opportunity. I think it's just like any week. Your grading system has to be consistent. You can't grade the team, one way when you win, one way when you don't. So we had our grading session on Monday. I did the more of the overview today because we didn't have the team meeting on Monday. So it's about correcting and growing and adjusting, and but more importantly, we're focused on the Giants and the opportunity up there and the specifics of how we're going to attack them with our game plan. So we're confident, and we're looking forward to a good week of preparation.
When you're going through a stretch like the offense is right now, just over your experience, what's the line between stay the course, be confident in what we do, versus maybe we need to tinker, maybe we need to change some things?
I mean, a big part of what we do as coaches and even players is you emphasize, and I think anytime you have success, it's like most things in life. It's usually not quite as good as you think it is, and it's usually not as quite as bad as you think it is. So I think just having clarity, having the ability to be honest through your evaluation process. I mean, we understand the things that didn't go right, so we correct them, watch tape, and I think like any time you have these type of opportunities, I've overreacted in the past where you cut it way back and keep it simple, and that may not be the best thing for this week's opportunity. So I think that's the beauty of having Monday and keeping your evaluation process the same. Take the emotion out of it, because sometimes even when you win a game, it may not feel like it for certain parts of the team, and that's not the reality of this game. I mean, we're not playing an individual sport. I mean, this is a team sport. 48 guys dress on Sunday, and there's a lot that goes into that, and there's a lot that has to happen, and a lot of good things that have to happen to win a game. And it's it doesn't matter who you play. I understand lineups and everything goes into it, but it's difficult to win on the road, and this is going to be a difficult game. They all are, and the last one was difficult. And I thought the way our guys came out, the first half was impressive. But we didn't finish it quite the way. So you take those things and learn from it. I mean, these are actually, from my perspective, it's really healthy. If you look at the number of players that we played with, me with John last night, Fossil, and just the number of young players, particularly just on our punt team that have played this year. I mean, and no different with Dan early in the year. I mean, we're up over 30-something players playing, particularly our young guys. So my point is, we got a lot of people playing, and that have had experience, and these are all excellent things, regardless of how it went or what happened. Because, like in anything in life, you can learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes.
How does Micah handle the increased attention he's received because he's having such a fantastic season? How do you think he's handling it?
How's he handle it? I mean, he loves it. I mean, let's be honest. No, but he's handling it good. He's handling it very well. I mean, he's seen him in here last night again. I mean, I love that when I see young players in there on a Tuesday night. He was a little late for Brad, I think, but he got caught up with Dan and I for a while. But so. Yeah, he's doing the little things. He's growing. So it's fun to see him grow, and obviously the success he's having is coming bunches. So he's going to be challenged more, and that's it's our responsibility to make sure he's prepared for that.
We actually, I think, coming out of I guess it was the New England game, where he came out and he kind of said, well, I need to stop playing the hamper basketball in the locker room, spend some more time up here, sort of thing. How do you balance with a young player who has that sort of potential to let him recognize that on his own, saying, hey, you need to put a little bit more time in?
So he recognized that on his own? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he indicated he recognized it.
No.
How do you
deal with those situations to get players to understand?
I mean, it's all part of the process, and I think a lot of it, let's just be honest, it comes from the locker room. I think you have to really put a lot of that on the leadership that we have. We have everybody says they got good leadership. We have really good leadership in our locker room. I think that's a big part of creating a culture that gives you a chance to be successful week in, week out. But more importantly, you have to educate the young players. I mean, I know when I got in the league in the 90s, the young guys weren't even expected to play. It didn't matter first round, second round. But, that's not the case the last 15, 16 years. These guys are expected to be part of, the plan early, particularly a first round pick. And so I think the responsibility of your veteran leadership is at the forefront when they're able to take the young guys under the wings and help them develop.
I know you compared him to Barry Sanders in the past, but there have been a lot of comparisons of late to Lawrence Taylor. Is that too much?
Well, first of all, I wish you would have done it, because I don't like comparables. I don't think it's fair to the player. I definitely don't think it's fair to the Hall of Famer either. So I think comparables are best done at the end of the season. I mean, he's a young player that's obviously has a ton of success early, but I mean, he's got a very bright future. But I don't think it's right to compare anybody to a Hall of Fame player right now.
Mike, this offense obviously was rolling early, hit a lull, if you will. You've been involved for a long time. When you find a team that is a good offense or capable of being a good offense and they hit a lull, is there a common denominator that kind of gets things back going, be it a game, a play, what have you.
I think so. I think I'd say the common denominator would be, just to be blunt about it, it's your run game, because every successful quarterback has the foundation of a run game in a solid pocket. So, and I just think with that we just got to stay committed to the run, and make sure we're giving our guys, our perimeter players, clean looks on the outside. So it's getting back to basics, but let's not overreact schematically, because we've been aggressive with the scheme, and I'm not going to hold Kellen back there. So we still want to be aggressive. We're playing against a defense that plays a lot of scheme. They play every front in football, so we got to be able to combat that too. Because I think you can mistake, and I've been part of it in the past. You can pull back too much, and then you get out there and you don't feel like you have enough ammo on Sunday. So I just think we got to be smart there and just keep emphasizing the basics.
Mike Kellen said he thought the run game did take a step forward.
I agree. Yeah.
How would you assess what you saw?
Well, the efficiency was up. I think we were 57% efficient, so or 67% efficient with the run. So I mean, that's you're getting close to where you want to be. So it definitely was a big improvement from New Orleans, clearly. So you look, we had a good day, against the Giants, last time we played them. So obviously that'll be a bigger challenge this week because I mean, they're obviously. That's going to be a focal point for them. So we just got to stay the course. We have a good plan. We got to get it clean this week, and make sure we carry our preparation into the game.
We've asked you a lot about the turnovers defensively, but how do you feel this defense has gotten better in their run defense over the course of the season, and where are you now on that?
Well, I mean, I think clearly, with Neville coming back, Tristan. I mean, you have more penetration than we probably had early in the year. So, the big guys are getting better. Bo Hannon, I thought had probably one of his better outings, just in his limited reps. So, the fits are clean, and I thought Leighton played very well. So, I mean, I just think you're seeing it come together more, and it's. Let's not forget this is the first year of being a multiple scheme defense, and I think our guys are really kind of hitting their stride right now. But like anything, you're only as good as your last game, and I know they're excited and they want to build off their last performance.
How do you shake out the left tackle work this week?
Well, I know there's. You guys are fortunate to have lineup information early in the week, but I'm not going to participate respectfully. So, we're going to work out the obvious guys over there, Terrence and Ty.
You went to Ty, I think, immediately in game. Is that just from what happens in practice bleeding into the? Yeah,
everything. I mean, it's just like anything. Yeah, I mean, you trust your reps. Terrence was working, a number of different things during the course of the week. So Ty took a lot of those reps, and so hey, frankly, we're fortunate to have two options.
You talk a lot about Micah playing multiple positions. How has Steele been able to handle my right tackle? Now I'm going to the left side.
I mean, mentally, emotionally, he handles it great. I mean, you talk about a young man that's very mature in his, in his second year of his NFL career. I'm so impressed with just the way he goes about his business. I mean, just from day one, off season all the way through, it's just Terrence is the same guy every day. Brings great energy. He's very focused. Very detailed. So, he's definitely built the right way for diversity of challenges.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Have a good day. Thanks.